Iran has a new president who is also a reformist. The low-profile moderate Masoud Pezeshkian has won the country's runoff presidential vote, defeating the ultra-conservative Saeed Jalili by over 3 million votes. According to Iran's Interior Ministry, Masoud Pezeshkian secured over 16 million ballots, while Saeed Jalili got more than 13 million votes. The reformist leader secured 54.76% votes against the 45.24% scored by the hardliner. Iran has over 61 million eligible voters, of which around 30 million ballots were cast in the runoff elections. The voter turnout stood at 49.8%.
From the total votes of all polling stations inside and outside the country, the number of votes cast is 30.5 million, out of which Mr. Masoud Pezeshkian got 16.3 million votes and Mr. Saeed Jalili got 13.5 million votes. And according to this, Mr. Masoud Pezeshkian is introduced as the elected president in the 14th presidential election of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
After his victory, Iran's president-elect has said he will extend a hand of friendship to everyone. He also said, quote, "We are all people of this country. We should use everyone for the progress of the country." The 69-year-old Pezeshkian is a former heart surgeon. He has been pushing for change in the country without radically challenging the system run by Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. During his election campaign to replace the late President Ibrahim Raisi, Pezeshkian aligned himself with other moderate and reformist figures and promised an end to Iran's isolation from the world, calling for the renewal of the 2015 nuclear deal. In 2011, Pezeshkian registered to run for president but withdrew his candidacy. In 2021, he found himself and other prominent candidates barred from running by authorities, allowing an easy win for Raisi. Pezeshkian entered politics first as Iran's deputy health minister and later as the health minister under the administration of the reformist president Mohammad Khatami. In 2006, Pezeshkian was elected as a lawmaker representing Tabriz. He later served as a deputy parliament speaker. However, the next president cannot be expected to usher in any major policy shifts on Iran's nuclear program or support for militia groups across West Asia, since Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei calls all the shots on top state matters. However, the president can influence the tone of Iran's domestic and foreign policies. Iran held the snap election following the death of the now former president Ibrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash in May. And to get more insights into this, we earlier spoke to Abbas Aslani, who is a senior research fellow at the Center for Middle East Strategic Studies, and he's also a journalist, and this is what he has to say.
Most of those engagements will be focused on the region, meaning the neighboring countries and those in the West Asia. This was the policy that was pursued by the late President Ibrahim Raisi, and I think this policy is expected to continue under the reformist president as well. When he attended a political roundtable at Iranian state TV, he tried to bring former Iranian foreign minister, who was the architect of the 2015 nuclear deal, as well as Iran's former ambassador to Russia, meaning that he is interested in engage, generally with the global countries, and meanwhile that he will not ignore those Eastern powers. Iran's look east policy somehow these days is being argued in the country as a strategic perspective rather a tactical one. So I think the engagement with the neighboring countries, with the Eastern powers, including China and Russia, as well as countries like India, is expected to continue and expand. However, how much chance we can see for a serious and meaningful engagement with European states and the United States is yet uncertain. However, this also depends on the policies from the side of those countries. I think this can begin by somehow talking on the terms of the nuclear deal, whether they can revive it or not. And with the United States, it's most expected to be focused on containing the tensions and managing the tensions. When it comes to the issue of the rapprochement, this seems a bit unlikely today. And that's also a question that who will be the next president in the United States, whether Joe Biden or Donald Trump, that's the question. And depending on who is the president in that country, I think this might impact the course of the interaction between the two.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.